So, how are we all? Welcome to episode 2 of Pause. Today we have a few things to discuss, such as Halo, Call of Duty, Battlefield, unpacking, and more. But how are we, Trixie? How are we, Greenie?
I'm fantastic. I'm feeling good. I have a Coke. That's all that matters. How about you, Greenie?
Hell yeah. I am great. Very good.
That is what you want to hear. That is what you want to hear. So, we have a couple things we want to discuss tonight. But first, as we start off, everyone, even though we've only done one before, what have we all been playing this week? Trixie, would you like to start off?
I shall. I've been addicted to Archvale. It's a new game that's just dropped on Steam and Xbox Game Pass, I'm pretty sure.
I think I've heard of that.
It's good. It's kind of like, I want to say it's like Binding of Isaac meets like old school Zelda.
Ooh, okay.
Little guy running around, you're killing baddies, you're building up weapons. From what I can tell, too, it seems to be like procedural generated because I've played a couple of different saves and they were completely different maps.
That's very cool.
Really, really, really fun little game.
Awesome.
Nice.
Highly recommend. What about you, Greenie? What have you been playing?
Yeah, I've been bouncing around a few titles, mainly just playing PUBG when I can. Been playing some Immortal Phoenix Rising. Just started with that.
How is it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. If you like grinding, it's a great game.
Look, fair.
A lot of puzzles, just your typical Ubisoft title. It's good.
Very fair, very fair.
And I went back to playing Moonlighter, if you've heard about that one.
I have.
Not heard of that one.
No, basically you go dungeon crawling and you sell your loot.
It's great.
Right. Cool.
Highly recommend.
Well, there you go. Well, I've been playing the Call of Duty Vanguard campaign, and oh my god. I did a review on it, so you'll see it a bit later in the stream, but it was amazing. I highly recommend it. Even for those people that don't like Call of Duty or have never played Call of Duty, at least play the campaign of Vanguard. It is amazing. That's all I can say.
I gotta get on that.
It is so very good. So very good. But as I said, we have a lot to discuss tonight, and we are going to start off with our first segment of the night, which is our December free games, hosted by the lovely Viatrixie. Let's jump straight into it.
Let's kick off this month's free games with what's available over on Xbox. First up, we have The Escapist 2. From an icy tundra to a hot desert, join up with 3 of your friends to form the ultimate crew and engineer the wildest escapes from some of the toughest prisons in the world. Live by the rules, attend roll call, and follow strict routines, all while secretly planning and executing your daring escape. Available now until the 31st of December. Next up is Tropico 5 Penultimate Edition. In this edition of Tropico 5, the Big Cheese and Hostile Takeover add-ons are included. Expand the reign of your dynasty from the early colonial period to beyond the 21st century. Build your city's infrastructure, plan your trade routes, and utilize new technologies. Tropico 5 drops on Games with Gold on December 16th. Available now until the 15th of December, we have Orcs Must Die. As a powerful war mage, defend 24 fortresses from mobs of beastly enemies, using all manner of weapons and traps at your disposal. No matter how you get it done, you'll have a blast destroying rampaging monsters in this fantasy action strategy game. And lastly this month we have Insanely Twisted Shadow Planet. Explore unique environments in this 2D action adventure game. Make your way to the center of the mysterious Shadow Planet, all while solving complex puzzles and battling bizarre creatures as you fight to save your home world. Insanely Twisted Shadow Planet will be available from the 16th till the 31st of December. Up next, let's check out what's in store for our PlayStation fans. First up, we have Godfall. Godfall is a brand new next-gen looter slasher set in a bright fantasy universe filled with heroic knights and arcane magic. Embark on adventure in a fantasy action RPG that utilizes high-impact third-person melee combat to engage players as they hunt for loot, don legendary armor sets, and defeat vicious enemies. Face challenging missions that reward you with head-turning loot as you vanquish the armies that stand against you. Next up we have Mortal Shell. Mortal Shell is a deep action RPG that tests your sanity and resilience in a shattered world. Your adversaries spend no mercy, with survival demanding superior awareness, precision, and instincts. Possess lost warriors, track down hidden sanctums of the devout, and face formidable foes. It's oh so good to be bad. Lastly, we have LEGO Super Villains. Embark on an all-new LEGO adventure by becoming the best villain the universe has seen. Players will create and play as an all-new supervillain throughout the game, unleashing mischievous antics and wreaking havoc in an action-packed story. All these games will be available for download from the 7th of December till January 3rd. And finally, let's have a look at what's free this week in the Epic Games Store. First up, we have Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight is a multiplayer 4v1 horror game where one player takes on the role of a savage killer and the other 4 players as survivors, trying to escape the killer and avoid being caught and killed. Survivors play in third person and have the advantage of better situational awareness. The killer plays in first person and is more focused on their prey. The survivor's goal in each encounter is to escape the killing ground without getting caught by the killer. Something that sounds easier than it is, especially when the environment changes every time you play. The second free game this week is While True Learn. While True Learn is a puzzle simulation game about even more puzzling stuff: machine learning, neural networks, big data, and AI. Most importantly, it's about understanding your cat. In this game, you play as a coder who accidentally found out that their cat is extremely good at coding, but not so good at speaking human language. Now this coder, it's you, must learn all there is to know about machine learning and use visual programming to build a cat-to-human speech recognition system. Both these games are available right now till December 10th.
So that was a fantastic segment. Trixie, was there anything else you wanted to fill us in about those games?
Apart from the fact that Godfall looks amazing.
Look, Godfall is amazing. I got that when the PS5 launched, as it was one of the launch titles for it, and I smashed it out in just a couple days. It was fantastic. The combat is fluid, the colors and textures and everything look amazing. It is just so much fun, and the co-op is just... It needs to be played in co-op. Let's put it that way. In co-op, everything just works so well. Your characters bounce off each other perfectly. It is such an amazing experience.
Nice.
It looks so good. Looks so good.
Cool. Well, yes. Talking of Call of Duty Vanguard, I believe someone's been playing it a lot, and we also have a video on that too.
Look, I may have been playing it just a little bit. Just a
little too much. A little too much.
Just a little bit.
Enjoy this. Hey, guess what? It's that time of year again where another Call of Duty comes out. This year, we have Call of Duty Vanguard. It came out last month for the PlayStation consoles, Xbox consoles, and also PC. I personally played on the PS5, so that is where my opinion is coming from of this game. I haven't played it on anything else. So, let's jump straight into it, shall we? Call of Duty Vanguard is set in World War II, and yes, I know we have lots of World War II shooters, but hear me out. This game is different. The campaign has a different take on the World War II shooter campaign style, with it being based around heroes from different parts of the war and different countries, all working together for one particular goal, which is taking down the Reich and their regime. So, one thing that I really like is that it's not so American-centric, okay? We have a character from England, we have a character from Australia, we have a character from America, and we have a character from Russia, all working together for a common cause, which I think is fantastic and we need to see more of in FPS games and war shooters. Each character in the campaign has different abilities. For example, Arthur has the ability to order his squad to focus fire different locations and targets, which really puts you in the seat of a commanding role. Polina from Russia has the ability to move incredibly fast while crouched, leaning into her stealth gameplay style and backstory. By the way, she's a sniper, super stealthy, really fun gameplay, awesome part of the campaign. Lucas, the Australian, look, honestly, my personal favorite character, the Aussie slang that this dude uses is amazing. Absolutely amazing, hands down best character in the campaign. But Lucas can hold multiple grenade types at once and also see an arc in which his grenade will be thrown, allowing you to aim your grenades better and even throw them into the hatches of tanks. Lucas is a demolition expert. He was part of the Rats of Tobruk. So anyone who knows about history like I do, it's pretty cool that the Rats of Tobruk are actually getting some exposure in video games. I personally love that. I absolutely love that. Wade can activate a focus mode where the sights of your gun will lock onto the nearest enemy. Once you've taken care of that enemy, your aim will snap to the next enemy, making for incredibly fast-paced combat situations. So all of these characters are very unique and have their own styles. You won't be using all of their abilities all the time throughout the missions, but when you do get to use them, it is in the most epic moments. For example, for Arthur, there is one bit where you have to do a massive push across a field full of German machine guns, and it is just insane. Absolutely love that part of the mission. Just insane. It's so good. Call of Duty Vanguard has probably the best campaign in years from the franchise. The story is compelling, the characters are interesting, the way they grow and develop is just awesome, the camaraderie they have, just everything about the characters and the story I absolutely loved. And one thing as well, so I'm a big fan of horror games. Now, I didn't think Call of Duty would ever be able to do horror well, okay? But there is one particular mission where you're playing as Arthur Kingsley. Your plane goes down, you crash, and you're walking around trying to find the rest of your paratrooping regiment. You find some, they end up getting killed in front of you, and you're battling from gun to gun. You pick up, use the rest of the ammunition, drop it, have to get another one. You're struggling to survive until you find the rest of your crew. And it is honestly amazing. The sound design, the lighting, everything. You feel terrifying, and it really puts you in the boots of someone who would have gone through that situation back in World War II, which just adds to the whole atmospheric vibe of the game. They have really hit it out of the park with this campaign. I loved it, so definitely check it out. Another thing that I absolutely love is the way that the game shifts from cutscene to gameplay to cutscene seamlessly. I know that it's pretty stock standard to be in games nowadays, but Vanguard does it really well. I'm not going to spoil anything, play it for yourself, but oh my god, does it do it well. Next up, we have the Zombies mode, which honestly, I was really disappointed with. I am a huge Call of Duty Zombies fan. I have finished most of the Easter eggs in the entire Zombies franchise, and this Zombies, at least at launch, is just lacking. Really lacking. So we've got one map, which is apparently going to be updated, and there's going to be new things added in as it progresses through the season. But this first map, you spawn in, you've got everything unlocked, you can get all of your perks pretty much immediately, you've got the pack-a-punch there, you've got the mystery box there, you've got your armor station there, you've got all of your upgrades just there. You do still need to go and get points and whatnot to get them and upgrade them, but that's it. And it's a big open area where you can just avoid enemies, you can train the zombies, you don't have anything to worry about. And then the only exciting part is going and completing these little side objective missions similar to that from Outbreak, where you go defend an area for a bit, you go into another area and you have to go and collect things that some zombies will drop. It's just honestly not that great. It's not very challenging, and I know a lot of the zombie community at the moment is kind of disappointed, and I hope they're going to add something new soon. I really do, because I'm just disappointed. It's fun, but it doesn't have much replayability. There's only so many times you can run around the same area doing nothing and achieve nothing. Moving on to the multiplayer though, we have the fast-paced Call of Duty multiplayer that we know and love, and it is honestly so much fun. Continuing with the hero-based character system, except now characters have different preferred weapons. If you use a character's preferred weapon with them, the weapon will level up fast. Really fast. Plus, the multiplayer has some really solid maps that feel really nice and well balanced, including some returning maps from World at War, for example Castle and Dome, along with a World War II version of Shipment from Modern Warfare, which is really exciting. I'm a big Shipment fan. I hit some crazy clips on it back in the day. It is so much fun, and I know Shipment is brought back in every Call of Duty nowadays, but I love seeing it. Absolutely love seeing it. I want to see Rust. I want to see all those classic maps we all know and love. That's the nostalgic side of me with Call of Duty though. What do you guys think? Weapons all seem pretty well balanced for a new Call of Duty, and again, there's only so much we can expect from a new Call of Duty at launch. There are always some weapons that are a little broken, like the new Viatrixie, for example. The revolving shotgun can be equipped with some attachments that make it unstoppable. All in all though, it feels really good, and I love the sniping. The sniping is something nice and close and dear to my heart. I am a sniping nerd. I like hitting trick shots. I like quick scoping. Yes, I'm that person, okay? I am that person. The sniping in this game is a lot of fun. At the start, it's a bit grindy to get some of the better attachments for the sniper rifles to make them, you know, the ADS faster and just feel a bit better. But once you have them, my God, does it feel good. it feels good. Check it out. Overall, Vanguard is a great game. I'm probably going to go and achievement hunt the campaign because it is just so much fun. It has a lot of replayability and it's just exciting, all right? It was fantastic. I recommend it to everyone, especially those who have never played a Call of Duty game. I feel like this would be a good introductory one. I know that people will say there are other games that would be a better introduction to the series like Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2, etc. But this campaign is so well written and story driven. It is just amazing. I highly recommend it. Go check it out, pick up your copy now, and enjoy the rest of the show. So, that was Call of Duty Vanguard. I really enjoyed it. If you couldn't tell, I was disappointed by the zombies. Like, incredibly disappointed, which I know is probably going to upset you as well, Trixie, because you're a big fan of zombies. But what did you guys think?
Look, it looks amazing. I love Call of Duty. But I'm equally kind of upset about zombies. Zombies is really the only reason I kind of still play COD as a franchise, because I kind of fell out of love with the multiplayer after a while, because it felt, as someone who doesn't have the time to kind of pump hours into the game to get good at it, it's got to a point where I can't keep up.
That's very fair.
It's no longer fun. So for me, zombies, amazing. And it's kind of disappointing because that's the only reason I'd want to play it is zombies. And hopefully it gets better.
So they are planning on releasing updates for this map, but with the current roadmap, at least for season 1, it is not looking promising.
Yeah.
It's not looking promising. They're like, hey, you guys can have some kill streaks and some other guns.
Cool.
And another area of the map. But that's it. Like,
I feel like after what they did with it's called Outbreak.
Yeah.
That can't be matched. That game mode is something completely different, and it's so like phenomenal, and they updated it so regularly, and it really does have that replayability for the fact that it's like, yes, it's the same 6 maps, but every time you play, it's slightly different.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can go back to normal zombie.
Felt like condensed Outbreak. You know, you have a much smaller map. You still got the same sort of objectives, but there's no end game to it. It's just as if we've gone back to World at War Zombies, but with a few modern things, and like the fact that you have Pack-a-Punch, Mystery Box, you have all of your perks, everything just there from the get-go. It really defeats the purpose of zombies.
It feels like baby's first zombies, really.
Exactly right. Exactly right. And for a game that's so far in the series, like, come on.
Yeah.
I was very, very disappointed. But that'll lead us into our next topic of discussion. So, hello, yes, episode 2, we're bringing up topics of discussion and not just pre-recorded segments. Wow. Look at us being like awesome and professional.
Wow.
So, for those that don't know, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection was announced just the other day, which includes Uncharted 4 and also Uncharted Lost Legacy. It is going to be an upgraded version for the PS5, and it will also come to PC via the Epic Games Store and Steam later next year. The PS5 version will release in January. Now, this has come with a few positives and a few negatives, and I'd like to get your opinions on this, okay? So it's going to cost $50, which is fair enough, pretty reasonable for both of the games with the graphical upgrades. But the issues stem from this, okay? If you own the physical copies, you can get a $10 upgrade. A $10 discount on the upgrade, okay? If you own the digital copies, you can also get the discount as well for the upgrade. But if at any point you downloaded the 4th game via PlayStation Plus, you won't get the $10 discount for the PS5 upgrade, okay? Which I think is kind of stupid.
That doesn't sound right.
Okay. And owners of the discless PS5 are just completely unable to get the discount.
It's ridiculous.
I don't understand why they would do that. Like, because the people that own the discless version can still purchase a copy of Uncharted 4. But they're exempt from this discount for the bundle. What?
I really hope this is just a blind spot that they can fix. They just didn't think it through.
This was in their official announcement.
Then
okay, then.
Doesn't make any sense.
I don't get it. Okay, and the Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy. On the PS4, they included a multiplayer mode, which was fantastic, good fun. There was a survival mode, there was also a PvP mode, alright? Really
Amazing.
awesome, exciting, awesome. Wow. So, all that stuff.
Wow.
But if you want to be able to play the multiplayer on the PS5 version, you have to put in your PS4 copy into your PS5 disc version to be able to access the PS5 version of the multiplayer.
What?
What?
Like,
Have they just given up? Like, I feel like someone's just gone, you know what? This doesn't make sense. We're just going to release it and we'll see what happens.
I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Like,
This doesn't make any sense.
headbutts keyboard and we'll just send it off to the customers. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Hey guys, let's confuse the customers today.
Exactly right. Like, look, everyone in chat right now, can you figure out the logic here, please? Like, I need some help, and I think everyone else here needs some help right now because it doesn't make sense.
No sense. I'm hoping this gets, because it seems to be getting a large amount of like backlash. I hope this is something that does get rectified before it's released.
I hope so.
But if they don't,
It's a bad move.
Doesn't make any sense to me. It's a really bad move to isolate such a large chunk
100%.
of your fan base like
100%.
that. Like, that's
It just
risky.
seems silly. But there is a benefit to pre-ordering, no matter even if you get the discount or not. There is a benefit to pre-ordering the Legacy of Thieves collection for the PS5. Okay, this won't be for PC and Steam copies, obviously, because you can't pre-order on there yet. This is only for PlayStation. But there is a promotion currently running where if you purchase or upgrade to the Legacy of Thieves edition via the PlayStation Store from December 8th to the 22nd of January 2022, players will receive a voucher code for a ticket to the new Uncharted film starring Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg, which releases in February next year, which I think is pretty cool. I think that's really cool.
I do like Tom Holland.
Fair. See, I'm not a fan of him playing as Nathan Drake. Fantastic actor.
He's just
not Nathan Drake.
Child.
Look, very fair. But I think that's a good incentive to upgrade and also purchase it. But I don't know if that outweighs the issues with it.
Yeah, that's all well and good if you enjoy movies.
Exactly right.
I'm not someone that enjoys movies. I don't like going to the cinema. So for me, that's not something that I'd be like, oh, this makes me want to do that. Because it's just like, I won't use those. Those tickets. It's not worth the time.
No, exactly right. What are your thoughts, Greenie?
I mean, look, I'm just happy that I can play a PlayStation game on PC. That's
very fair. Very fair.
That's what I like. But like again, the promotion for the movie. What if you didn't like the movie?
What if you just don't want to see movies? Like, what if the movie is not something you care about at all?
Well, exactly right. And as Nico just brought up in chat, there's still some people that can't even go to the cinemas. All right?
That's right. Yeah.
But, and who's to say that by February something else hasn't happened and we're not all
exactly
back in
right.
lockdown?
And now I'm also going to bring the next bit of bad news relating to the whole situation. It's a whole roller coaster of emotions. Okay?
Oh my!
So, if you pre-order it from the store or upgrade or whatever you're doing, you can only get that voucher if you live in Australia, America, England, or some select parts of Europe.
Okay.
All right.
Like,
sure.
Who thought about this? Like, whoever was in charge of this needs to be fired.
Can I talk to your PR?
Like, straight up. Like, I don't even know. Like, I'm excited because I love the Uncharted games. They're one of my favorite game series, and I'm keen to play them on the PS5 in, crazy awesome glory of, 4K. But it's still, I don't know. I don't know how to feel.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of the series, but even I'm a little bit put off by the idea of not being able to, if you've got a copy of the game, you should be able to get the discount. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Exactly right. It's silly. But before we move on
really
to our
silly.
next segment, let's just talk about some technical side of the upgrade as well. So there'll be 3 different visual modes that you can play with. There'll be the native 4K, which will be in 30 FPS 4K resolution for those that have 4K TVs. Then there'll be the standard, HD version, okay, which will be running in 1080p, but in 120 FPS, all right?
Okay.
And then there is the extended 4K, which is basically just the normal image stretched to 4K, and it runs at 60, but it's not as crystal clear as normal 4K. So there's that.
Right.
So at least you've got those options
Yeah.
for depending on what TV or monitor you have, which I think's good. But again, it doesn't outweigh the negatives that are coming with this launch.
No,
At
not at
all.
all.
Yes, that would
Not
be
at all.
US and Canada, Nico. US and Canada. That is my bad.
How dare you exclude Canada?
I know, right? But yes, so moving on from that, shall we head on in to the next segment? Trixie, would you like to introduce it?
Sure.
You've been doing a bit of packing.
I have. So I'm getting ready to move this Friday. Very excited. I will have an office. So when I get there, I will have to be unpacking. Oh, see what I did there?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
What's up, everybody? GamerGreenie here, and I'm here to talk to you about an awesome little game I discovered recently called Unpacking. So, I bet the question you're all about to ask is, well, what's the game about? And that's just it. It's all about unpacking. But although as simple as this sounds, the game can be quite complex at times. Although what is not complex is the game's notable art style. One of the more redeeming features of this game is its pixel art aesthetic. It works really well with the gameplay, and myself being a big pixel art fan, I just absolutely fell in love with this game. I completed it within maybe a day or two, and I just totally enjoyed the experience overall. It's an excellent game. The game itself sits within a hybrid genre, split between a block fitting game and a home decorating simulator. But really, when it comes down to it, Unpacking is just a relaxing puzzle game about the familiar feeling you get when unboxing your possessions and finding a place for them in your new home. And a cool feature for anyone who might find the game's puzzle element a little too difficult to deal with, there is a setting within the game's accessibility options which will allow you to place objects anywhere you wish, thus adding to the more peaceful and almost therapeutic experience. And for those of you who like a storyline, there is an underlying plot to this game that you discover when unpacking all of the items and objects that the person owns, and you start to discover where they are in their life and what they're doing, and how the various objects in their life make an impact on their actual living. Over the course of 8 different levels, you get the chance to discover and explore all the details of your character as you uncover their most intimate of objects. One defining feature that stands out the most is as you go on this journey of clothes folding and ornament placement, you notice that you never really see the story that is being told, which I think is very different from most games and what made it stand out. And I can gladly say after completing the game myself, it will leave you wanting more. I really hope that the developers plan on releasing a second game sometime in the near future, or some extra DLC at the very least. Well, thank you all for watching my little review of Unpacking. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you all next time. Well, what do we think?
I think it looks like fun.
Yeah. I've been playing it as well. It is the most relaxing game I've ever played. And I really like the ability to turn off that like forced placement. Because sometimes I want to put things in weird spots, you know?
That's right, yeah.
Very fair, very fair. Now, it looks really cute. It looks like a nice game to just sit down and relax with, kill some time, just de-stress.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of games that we play are games that are high stress. You know, we're playing all the modern action, adventure, shooter, whatever games, even MMOs and whatnot. They're very stressful at times. And this seems like a game where you can just chill.
I would say this game is the equivalent of sitting on the couch with a glass of red wine watching your favorite movie.
I love
that.
I love it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Like that.
No, that is awesome. It looks fantastic. Do you have any feedback about the game at all that you'd like to share with us?
I suppose I really like the pixel art. That's what got me.
Very fair. It is a beautiful
And
It is.
yeah, it's great. But the game overall was great. It was good fun.
And like
Awesome.
as you progress into the other levels, you start to see a bit of a story unraveling. You know, stuff happening, relationships being created, and yeah, it was great.
I'm with you though. I'd love to
Awesome.
see them come out with some DLC, like maybe
Yes.
some more sides to the same story would be really cool.
Mm.
Things like that.
I'm definitely going to have to
Yeah.
give it a crack. Definitely
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah,
have to give it a crack.
definitely.
And where was it free again?
It is free on Game Pass,
Game
for
Pass.
PC and console.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, Green, would you like to lead us into our next segment?
Certainly, if I can find.
It's all right.
Hang
I
on,
just
give me-
sent a message.
Yes.
Professional.
All good. Professional. So, Halo campaign coming soon.
Very
Excitement.
exciting. Let's get into it.
Hello, excitement.
Here's a quick bit of information to get you up to date with all of the recent drama, changes, and all of the information with Halo Infinite. Let's get started. 343 Industries addressed one of mine and a vast majority of the community's issues, being the Battle Pass progression. They introduced a daily XP reward for the first 6 matches the players participate in each day. 300 XP for the first game, 250 for the second, and so on until it reaches 50 XP per match again, which is the base level of XP. This XP doubles with any double XP mods as well, which is awesome. We should see players flying through their Battle Pass now. Such a solid addition to the game. Next up is the issues with microtransactions. The items locked behind a paywall were really not worth it. For example, to unlock the color white for your armor, it cost $20, and it only worked on one armor set, which is honestly ridiculous. The ability to complete your Halo Reach armor sets as well was locked behind the store, meaning you would need the premium battle pass and then also need to purchase the cosmetic items from the store to have a complete set. 343 is slowly working on the store to ensure players are getting what they want and are satisfied. They introduced new cosmetic packs to include skins for all armors and some that also included skins for all of the vehicles as well, which is a step in the right direction, but I still feel like what is in the shop is not worth it. Hopefully we get some awesome cosmetics soon. Next up is the fact that Halo Infinite's co-op and Forge modes will be pushed back till well after the game's release. This has caused some uproar in the community, and for good reason. Halo is known for having an awesome co-op experience, and for the next mainline game to not have co-op at launch is a big mistake in my opinion. The campaign will also not allow you to replay missions at launch. This is a very strange decision, but one that 343 are thankfully moving to rectify. They have announced the ability to replay missions will be in the game, but not at launch. Again, leaving content out of the game. I don't know why they're doing it, but they are. Sadly, this is becoming a common trend with AAA games nowadays, which really sucks. I'm happy that 343 are listening to the community and working to meet expectations, along with fixing issues that arise in a timely manner, but there is still a lot that needs to be addressed and fixed. It'll be interesting to see how the game goes when it launches tomorrow. I'm still excited though, and will be downloading as soon as possible. I'm keen to take on the Banished. How about you? So, Halo's had a few issues over the last couple of weeks, and I'm not overly happy with what's been going on. Not many people in the community are either, but they are working towards fixing things, so hopefully they can stay on top of that. I understand it's a free-to-play game, and they need to make their money back, but having the color white for your armor cost $20, and only for one piece of armor, is a bit much.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
You know, and everyone sees different value in cosmetics. You know, as always, microtransactions are more valuable to other people than some, you know, but the way that they price things is a bit of a joke. Like the other day, they released a $25 microtransaction pack, and all it did was change your grenades to look like pineapples.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like if you compare it to things like, and I'm going to say it, Fortnite do their microtransactions for the cosmetics really, really well.
They do. They do.
The packs you get for the price you pay feel more than worth it, especially if it's like a game you want to sink money into. And
100%.
Halo could definitely do that.
Yeah.
It could definitely do something like that. But
They're just
I don't
not
know.
going about it right.
Just haven't yet.
As I discussed in my little video there, they started to implement things where, you'd get a new helmet, but you'd also get a skin with it, and the skin would be able to be used on all different armor sets, or you get a vehicle skin that can be used on all the different vehicles,
Fantastic.
which is a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know if it's too little too late or if it's still not enough. We've just got to wait and see what happens, but it is definitely a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
I just hope that they continue along this way, and stop making it so just like it's so much of it just feels like a money grab. All right, as I said in the video, we've got our battle pass that you have to pay for. You'll get pieces of armor, but then to finish off that complete armor set, you'll need to go to the store and buy the rest of it from like a $20, $30 pack, which that doesn't sit right with me. What about you guys?
No, definitely not. I don't see how they can kind of redeem themselves at this point, really, because it does feel too little too late. Everything seems too expensive, and it's gonna drive people away from paying money.
It will.
It certainly is. I don't know how to feel about it all. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. If someone could drop our stream thing into the chat for me. I don't remember what it is. Professional
Neither
streamer.
do I. We got it.
There we go. But moving on to our next topic of discussion. So this literally dropped today.
That's fresh
Has anyone
news.
else here heard about Ubisoft Quartz? I know we had a little discussion earlier, but
Until today,
also chat. So what Ubisoft Quartz is, it's an blockchain-powered NFT system for their games. Now, I'm not big on cryptocurrency. I'm not a crypto nerd. I don't understand a lot of it. I'm just a gamer, okay? But what NFTs are, just a little easy to understand version of it. NFTs are a digital product that can be sold for cryptocurrency. Some sell for an incredible amount of money, upwards of $40,000 to $45,000. These can be something as simple as a little image someone has drawn in paint, all the way up to proper traditional artwork, but just a picture of it. Also, when you buy an NFT, you don't actually own the property or the image, you own the rights to it. Okay? So that's just a brief rundown of what NFTs are. Now, with Ghost Recon Breakpoint, that is going to be the first game that is going to receive these items, okay, from Ubisoft Quartz. So, Ubisoft are following a growing trend with a lot of games, which a lot of hosting companies like Steam, for example, aren't allowing. Because a lot of companies don't like them, they're a little dodgy in some regard, and some countries also don't even allow NFTs and different digital products like that. But Ubisoft are following the growing trend of games developers trying to cash in on cryptocurrency, which some see as a great thing, others don't, as it could lead to an issue with which most microtransactions do. And I wholeheartedly believe this, especially with the way that Ubisoft like to run things, is it could lead to pay-to-win opportunities, which is something that we should all be a bit worried about when it comes to gaming. Because pay-to-win is not the way things should be. It should be skill-based, it should be fair. It shouldn't be, I've spent all this money to get this crazy overpowered item so no one can beat me. Because that doesn't create an even playing field. Thoughts?
100%.
Yeah.
Because,
Totally agree.
Look, this whole topic goes right over my head. I don't know what it is, but my brain does not retain any information about this. NFTs make no sense to me, and I don't really understand what the point of this is. Like, I feel like this is, once again, just a stupid idea. It's going to drive people away.
It's a cash grab. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's a cash grab.
Yeah.
So, Ubisoft's calling their NFTs digits. Each will hold the metadata of the player who owns them. Okay, so basically, it's like, when you own a house and you have the lease. Well, not the lease. You know what I mean. You have the
Title
ownership with your name on it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's basically what it is. So, Quartz will launch on December 9 with 3 free digits. That is really hard to say. For Ghost Recon Breakpoint, you'll get a helmet, a rifle, and a pair of pants. How exciting, everyone!
Wow,
you get
I'm
some
so hyped.
pants. To claim these items, you must meet certain requirements in the game, though, such as reach level 5 to gain the rifle, play for 100 hours to get the pants, and 600 hours for the helmet. This is to encourage gamers and players to get involved with Quartz. Now, the thing is with quartz and these items as well, okay, they are all going to be worth money. And because these initial free ones are going to be only for a limited time and a limited run, they are going to be worth a lot of money to these people that like to buy digital products. No offense if you like those. I just don't understand it. But, so if people get in on this early, they could be making bank off digital pants. Could you...
When you say it like that, it sounds ridiculous.
But it
I
is. Like...
I don't understand.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
This does, if we take the idea of like NFTs right away from this, like let's just pretend NFTs don't exist because it doesn't make sense. It, like, at the end of the day, it's something that exists in a game. It's not like you've got real pants that you can be like, look at my pants. I wear these to the shops. These are fantastic pants.
Yeah.
They cost
exactly
me
right.
a billion, what are they called? Dogecoin or whatever it's called. Like, these are the... You don't have anything physical. And I just feel like at any stage, all of the digital stuff could disappear.
Exactly right.
And I feel like you've lost everything if you don't have something physical to show for it.
I 100% agree. I 100% agree.
True.
So one thing Ubisoft is setting up for this as well is a digital marketplace where you can sell and trade these pants.
Of course.
And helmets.
Don't forget the rifle.
And the rifle, yeah, the level 5 rifle. Now, they haven't released the stats of this rifle yet. They're keeping that really secret, even though a lot of people have been asking them and spamming them on all of their social media channels. So, I'm concerned, because I play a fair bit of Breakpoint, I'm concerned that this item may be incredibly overpowered. It's... I don't know.
If it is, then it is just going to do what everyone assumes as well, and people who don't want to buy into this will just leave the game. Like, there's a lot of people out there that don't have the energy or the time to like invest into something that's not something they really, really like are passionate about. And so a lot of people just be like, it's not for me. I'm not going to waste my money. I'm not going to waste my time.
Yeah. And I feel like NFTs, especially when getting them involved in video games, it's kind of predatory because there are some people out there that will buy anything. They will spend their money on whatever is related to their favorite game. And some people, it's very easy to take advantage of with things like that. And I feel like this is playing right into that whole scenario because there's going to be someone out there who is going to just be easily led into buying this and paying for these.
I feel like this also harkens back to that. Remember the loot crate situations?
Yes.
This feels exactly the same.
100%.
Except without the gambling element. It's
100%.
still... It feels the same. And
it's all just a cash grab. And like...
Yeah.
Look, if your games aren't making you enough money, then you need to sit back and look at your games and fix what's wrong. Not try to chuck extra microtransactions on and add cryptocurrency aspects to your video games. I just think that's the wrong way to go about this. It's very morally corrupt and just not right, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's that whole thing of like, we haven't updated the game, but here's some free cosmetics.
Yeah. Look, I don't mind when it's like, we won't update the game but have something for free. That's great. I love that. Who doesn't love free stuff? But at the end of the day, if your game is broken, you need to fix it.
Yeah, 100%.
You can't expect everyone else to be like, "Oh no, I'll put money into this game. Here, have $30. Oh, the servers aren't working. Oh, that's a shame." No.
Yeah. Look, later in this stream, we'll be talking about some server issues in a recent game, but we'll get to that later. But our next topic of discussion, moving on from the Ubisoft debacle, okay, we have the 30 years of Bungie celebration. So for some of us who grew up with Halo and other Bungie games, this is very, very cool and very exciting. And for me as well, because I'm also a Destiny nerd, it's exciting. I haven't played Destiny 2 in a long time, but in Destiny 1, I used to run raids all the time, was part of a big clan. It was awesome. It was exciting, okay? And what they're doing for their 30th celebration is bringing some of the key weapons from the Halo franchise and making them into exotic weapons for Destiny, which I think is really, really cool. So I would show a few images up here right now, but everyone that has used any of their clips from the actual official Bungie sources has been demonetized and they've gotten in trouble. So we're not going to do that. But
imagine them in your minds.
yeah, basically they're adding in a Destiny version of the original Halo pistol, the original Magnum. They're adding in the Halo 2 battle rifle, and they're adding in a Destiny sword version of the energy sword, which I think is really, really cool.
That sounds amazing.
If you guys want to check it out, go to Bungie's official blog site, check it out there. It is exciting. It is really cool. And check it out. It's exciting. I love Bungie. I grew up with their games. I'm sure most of us did.
Yep.
You know, so it's exciting. But one of the other really, really, really cool things, and this is me just being a Destiny nerd and gushing over a game that I spent so much time playing, okay? We all know what Nerf is, okay?
I love
guns, all right?
No.
For all the Destiny people out there, the Galahorn, one of the most infamous weapons in Destiny 1, okay? Exotic weapon, rocket launcher, destroyed people, destroyed raid bosses. It allowed for you to literally destroy raid boss in the first wave of the fight, okay? They're releasing a Nerf Galahorn, which is so exciting. This thing's going to fire like 6 elite darts out at once. It's going to be huge. It's up for pre-order now. I'm excited. I'm a little kid at heart. And I'm excited. What do you guys think about video games coming into the Nerf sort of world? What do you guys think?
I love it. So, I mean, I already have a few Fortnite Nerf guns.
Nice.
Because they're really good quality, and I was really surprised. And they're really cool. But I love that. I'd love to see more crossovers of gaming coming out into, like, Nerf.
Definitely.
Nerf's cool. Nerf is so cool.
Because we got the Halo Assault Rifle not too long ago as well in Nerf. And I'm pretty sure they released the pistol. I think. Or maybe that was with Boomco. I don't remember. It was with one of the Nerf type companies. But it's really cool to see when things that you're used to seeing on your screen come into reality almost. You know, you see cosplayers do it all the time, but some of us aren't as talented as cosplayers to be able to make these props. But when we get to just have our own one and just like nerd out for a bit, it is exciting. It is really, really cool. But I think that'll lead us into our final segment of the night. We are going to check out the Battlefield 2042 review. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
I held off on this review for quite a while, hoping that the game would get some updates, and thankfully it did, but there are still some issues flooding Battlefield 2042. Battlefield 2042 is the latest game in the franchise, offering players awesome experiences on many maps set across the world. Drive tanks, hovercraft, helicopters, and more. You can use drones to scout out areas and even airdrop in a robot dog to help you in battle. There are 3 game modes in Battlefield 2042. There is All-Out Warfare, Hazard Zone, and Battlefield Portal. All of these offer awesome ways to enjoy the new Battlefield along with older Battlefield games. All-Out Warfare is the main game mode of Battlefield 2042 where you can play one of 2 sub-modes. Conquest, where you fight to take control of sections of the map. You win by controlling the entire map or by pushing the enemy team back to remove their reinforcements. When a team has no more reinforcements left, they can't respawn it, and thus victory goes to the side with most respawns. Then there is Breakthrough, which is your stock standard Battlefield game mode. All-Out Warfare also features a dynamic weather system which can add a tornado to your game. Next we have Hazard Zone, where you and 3 squad mates are dropped into the map and have to collect data drives, all while fighting AI combatants and other player squads to survive. The goal is to collect as many data drives as possible before extracting from the map. Extraction happens on a periodic basis throughout the match. When a landing zone is marked, all players are made aware and they make a mad dash to that zone to take down enemy teams trying to escape and take their data drives. It is a very tactical game mode reminiscent of Hunt Showdown and Tarkov. Finally, we have Battlefield Portal, where you can play older Battlefield games in the modern engine. Play your favorite maps from Battlefield Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 1942, and more. You can even combine all of these games into an amalgamation of chaos. People have already used this mode to create hyper-realistic Muslim missions and battlefields. The creative freedom featured in this is insane. It's a lot of fun to mess around with. Battlefield 2042 is great when it works. The servers aren't the best, maintaining connection can be very difficult at times, and the lag I've experienced has been very off-putting. You're running around the map only to rubber band and be sent back to where you were. Servers completely stopping for 30 seconds plus, etc. It's not the best experience. This has been fixed for the most part now compared to launch, but it's still an issue. It's a sad day when the beta servers were better than the launch servers. With that said though, the gunplay is fun, responsive and accurate. Operators are all fun to use and hold useful abilities. Vehicles are, as they always are in the Battlefield games, chaotic objects full of destruction and potential for crazy stunts. One thing that I am very sad about though is the fact that Battlefield does not feature a campaign at all. I love the Battlefield campaigns, they're a lot of fun and they've always been just such cinematic masterpieces, so it's very sad to see a Battlefield game without a campaign. All in all though, the game is a lot of fun and deserves attention. I just hope they continue working to fix the issues that plague the game. Get on the battlefield today, soldiers. So, Battlefield 2042, good fun when you can actually play it.
That's disappointing.
And I said in my little review that the beta servers were better than the actual launch servers, and that's not a joke. I tried to jump on today to collect some more footage of the game for that review, and I was unable to join a single match.
Oh boy.
How long's it been out now?
About 3 weeks-ish.
See, I'd understand like first week.
100%.
Even like first week and a bit, but you're coming up to the month mark and you still can't get people on? That's, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
another one that people are going to turn away from very quickly.
Yeah. You know, and I was trying to be as positive as I could because Greenie and I both played the beta together and we had so much fun with it. It was a really good game. Yes, there are a few hiccups and that's because it was a beta. You know, it's fair enough that they happen.
It's expected.
But the way that this launch has been, it's really bad. Rubber banding is real. Like, you'll run across most of the map and then you'll just go back to where you started.
Gosh.
You know what I mean?
Like,
you'll shoot an enemy and then you'll die and then 3 seconds later they'll die. As you were going to say, Green?
Oh yeah, like if your beta experience is better than the actual game.
A bit of a worry.
Yeah.
Bit of a worry, I would say.
Definitely. It's just...
It's not like it's a new franchise or even like a new... Like, you know what I mean? It's something they've done...
Right.
I don't know how many times before, but enough that something like this should be fixable.
100%, 100%. But they're really dragging their feet. And then they released a really big update the other day, all right, which had like over 100 different bug fixes.
Amazing.
And yet,
still broken.
I still can't join a game. And when I do get to join a game, I'm rubber banding around. My ping is insane. And this is on Australian servers, by the way. My ping is insane. I'll shoot people, then I won't get the kill. They will get the kill, even though they didn't fire their gun. People will just be glitching around the map. You know, the weather effects will come in. They won't affect you at all. They just pass through the map, like the tornado just passes through the map. It's just, you know, I've had a couple games here and there that have been fantastic. There have been no issues. But the majority of them so far have been really... really disappointing, and the game has a lot of potential, but I will say a lot of those issues only happen in Battlefield Portal and also All Out Warfare. The Hazard Zone doesn't seem to have any issues, but that also relates to it being a lower player count and just less capacity on the map, you know.
I think it's just too much. Like, they're just trying to do too much with it.
When you have a properly generated tornado flying around your map with like 64 players on the map, including vehicles, all the bullets, all of this different stuff, it's going to struggle.
Yeah.
I just feel like they didn't plan the launch through properly and test it enough. I feel like they should have tested it longer. But in saying that, it is still fun when you get to play a match. I don't know if that accounts for everything and makes it better, but it's still fun. So at least there's that.
Positive.
Yay! But I am also still really disappointed there's no campaign, because Battlefield campaigns are amazing.
I've never played like a single Battlefield game, but
I always played them for the campaign.
I was going to
Same.
say a lot of people have told me that you play it for the campaign, and
100%.
not something I've ever been interested in. Like if I go and play a game like that, it's to go and play kind of against other people.
Yeah.
But without a campaign, that sounds odd.
Yeah.
That sounds odd.
I don't know what's happening with the gaming industry at the moment. Like, you've got your AAA companies that are making horrendous decisions, worse than normal. You've got amazing little indie companies that are releasing masterpieces better than the AAAs. It's like there's been a complete flip in the gaming industry, which I'm
isn't
not
a bad
complaining
thing.
about. Exactly
Yeah,
right.
it's not
I
a
think
bad
it's
thing.
fantastic because some of my favorite games are indie games.
Exactly.
But it's so sudden though. You know what I mean? It's like happened overnight.
I want to blame, 2020. Let's just blame 2020.
Done. I feel like it's also the pressure that gets put on game developers by some of the community as well. Like, let's look at Cyberpunk, okay?
Yeah.
That copped a lot of flack. And to be fair, there was like a, 12-year process of that game being made and developed. But at the same point, if you have the pressure of the community put on you going, release the game, stop delaying it, I'd much rather have a game be delayed by a year and be awesome than have it be a broken mess.
I feel like for a lot of people, it's that instant gratification. It's like, no, I want this
100%.
now. I don't care if it's not done. I want this now. And it's ruining the industry because
It is.
no one has enough time to finish their games anymore because the idea of delaying it even as much as a month leads to outrage. And everyone needs to calm down. It'll be better for all of us.
Up,
if we could
100%.
just wait.
It's instant gratification. That's a really solid way of putting it.
Yeah.
People are like, I saw a trailer. This has to be out tomorrow. Like,
Yep.
yeah,
Exactly.
I don't like that mentality. No one needs to have that sort of pressure put on them. We're all human at the end of the day.
No.
And these game developers behind their monitors, in the credits of our games, all of that, they put hours upon hours. They take their work home. They do all of this extra work to make sure we can get our games. And people treat them so horribly, which I don't think is fair. But, good luck telling the game community that.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to make video games.
It is. It is. It certainly is. Man.
Not something I could do.
Well, I think we'll wrap it up then. Again, thank you all for being here tonight. We really do appreciate it. Our next stream should be on Sunday, so do keep that in mind. So, this week we've sort of done things in the reverse because over the last weekend, we had a lot happen with a few of us and we just couldn't do the stream. So today was the web show. This Sunday is going to be a Let's Play, so do get excited for that. I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are excited. Also, Rarest Frog, thank you so much. You're an absolute legend. Welcome aboard. How you doing, Rarest Frog? We're currently in our bit of a Q&A section. We're just chilling. We're having a nice wind down part for the end of the stream, but I hope you enjoyed it if you've been around to see a bit of it. If you haven't, that's cool. Green, could you chuck down our YouTube really quickly for me? That'd be awesome.
Certainly.
Thank you.
No worries at all. There we go.
Awesome. So for anyone who isn't already following us on YouTube, feel free to chuck a follow over there. Well, actually, a subscribe over there.
Oh, it's all different.
That's the words. But subscribe to our YouTube channel. We upload all of our segments onto there, and we will be uploading our web shows and also cut-up versions of our Let's Plays there. So make sure you go check it out. Our homie Greenie has already done a bit of a snip-up, cut-up, chop-up of our State of Decay 2 Let's Play, which is honestly really funny. Go check it out. You'll also get to catch all of our reviews and different segments on there as their own individual videos, and this whole stream will be uploaded there after the stream. So do keep that in mind. But thank you for the follow, Rarest Frog, you absolute legend. Welcome to our lovely little community. But for now, if no one has any questions, I think we'll wrap it up.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right. Well, should I say the word?
You should.
You should say the word.
Because you're wonderful at it.
All right, here we go. Okay, guys and girls, it is time to unpause and press play.
Let's do it.
Game